Asians are always somewhere in the media, whether it's the pop music you hear on a playlist, actors in a famous movie, or even casual streams of a...
Yo, I heard he's a meanie. I heard he's a meanie bobini. I'm not trying to get demonetized right away, but I heard he's a meanie bobini, bro.
Actors in a famous movie, or even casual streams of a content creator. There's a little bit of yellow in every part of the entertainment industry.
Little bit of yellow? No, what's up, bruh? What the fuck?
But it hasn't always been like this. Many individuals throughout different eras played a strong role in building it up to how it is today. And being a kid from the 2000s, I was born during a development phase where Asians were becoming mainstream. During that era, social media and other platforms weren't popular yet, so movies and television had all the attention. It was pretty rare to see someone that looked like me on screen, but one thing I always remembered was seeing some Asian person kicking some ass whenever they got some screen time. And that, of course, was all started by the legend himself, Bruce Lee.
Big Bruce. Oh yeah.
It's the 1970s,
oh, yeah.
And Bruce Lee is an icon in popular modern media. His dominance led martial arts to become mainstream in American films. Everyone knew about his famous one-inch punch. But he wasn't just a fighter, he was a cultural bridge for Asian Americans. This influence only catapulted as we also started to see Jackie Chan, an actor from China who became popular on American television as he was known for doing his own stunts.
I don't care what y'all say, this is my Karate Kid. That old stuff from the 90s, 80s, wherever the this is the Karate Kid. You know what I'm saying? The soundtrack with Jaden Smith and Justin Bieber, Never Say Never. It's my Karate Kid, bruh.
So all that fighting going on in the scenes, it's not a hired professional doing it. That's him. Asians were seen as nerdy, frail, and scrawny at the time, but having a stereotype knowing how to fight, I'll take that. Outside of the film world, there's just one Japanese cartoon that was catching a bit of buzz. It's kind of corny though. Everyone in that show's screaming and stuff. What is it called? Anime? Yeah, cringe. Okay. We had a cool kung fu thing going on, but we still don't have much more other than that. Enter YouTube. Around the mid-2000s, a shift started happening. With platforms like YouTube, the internet became a place where anyone who had a camera could record a video and press upload for the world to see. This was far different than what you would see in Hollywood or television. Everything was scripted and filtered, but YouTube had a characteristic of people being their genuine self. You could be a nobody posting on the internet, and that's what made it authentic. Upon this rise in the digital age, Kev Jumba and Nigihiga become a new face to Asian media. But they weren't martial arts or kung fu guys. They were funny, relatable, and regular people, just like us. And these sorts of unfiltered videos make them a lot more personal.
This was like that was a crazy time skip though. Like, the pacing in this video is crazy. We go straight from Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, straight to Ryan Higa and Kev Jumba. Like, oh my god.
And easy to connect with, giving another dimension apart from Asians on film. More and more creators started popping up left and right, each with a different personality. I gotta say, there was a diverse amount of Asian YouTubers. There were dancers like D-Trix, to makeup channels like Michelle Fan, more cinematic videos with Wong Fu Productions, and even on the edgy side with Filthy Frank. A common theme with these...
He's Asian? That guy does not look Asian, respectfully. I mean, I guess from that angle. But
the edgy side with Filthy Frank. A common theme with these creators was how they played onto the Asian stereotype, embracing the joke as well as voicing their own opinions when it comes to growing up Asian.
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker!
All Asians have squinty eyes. We can get away with falling asleep in class, and if a professor or teacher were to tell us to wake up and open our eyes, we can say, well, that's kind of racist, sir.
I don't think people realize how big Nigihiga was for his time. He became the most subscribed YouTube channel in 2009, being like the Mr. Beast. Oh, and he also had a friend, Jeremy Lin.
Oh yeah. Yo, I need the next Linsanity, bro. I'm so mad I wasn't able to grasp exactly what I was watching during that time, bro. I need another Linsanity, bro. I need another Linsanity, bro. Something that lasts longer than 2 fucking weeks, bro.
The Linsanity was a phenomenon that needs to be studied. First of all, Asians weren't usually tall, and second off, nobody saw Asians playing basketball, but this guy was averaging 22.5 points per game during his prime era. Whenever I played basketball in middle school and I made a good shot, people would be like, oh, Jeremy Lin, since there are only 2 Asian people in the NBA. There weren't and still aren't that many Asians in sports, but the ones that are in the
Lee.
leagues, people know them.
The GOAT! He's the GOAT!
During this time period of the early 2010s, there was a very popular song on YouTube going
I fucking hate this song.
around too. Let's check up on this anime thing again. Oh, okay, we have something called Naruto. I like the concept. Yo, the fight seems sick. Wait, what is that? Yeah, no, anime is still cringe. Hey look, there's a new television sitcom starring an Asian family. Fresh Off the Boat follows a plot of Asian immigrants living in America.
I've never watched the show. I probably should.
It seemed like the target audience was specifically for that demographic, so it wasn't really mainstream, but I still appreciate it for what it is. Oh, looks like there's another rising star coming up on YouTube who's also Asian.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy.
Hey man, I listen. Guilty pleasure confession, bruh. Rice Gum was a guilty pleasure fucking content creator back in the day for me, man. Yo, his exposed videos were pretty funny to me. Like when they first started popping up. And I think I found out about Rice Gum before he hit like a mil. Like I think at like 200, 300K. So I felt like I was, you know what I'm saying? I found him from on the ground floor.
Boy Rice Gum, back at the mic. How you guys doing, man? Episode 3 of A Day in the Life with Rice Gum.
He seems like a friendly guy. I wonder where he's gonna go with this YouTube thing. The forefront of YouTube completely changed in the mid-2010s. Roast videos were the new hot thing, and everybody was making diss tracks against each other to stir up drama and gain publicity. New channels started to gain views and subscribers that we've never seen before, and the pioneer of this trend all goes to Rice Gum. Rice Gum has made his mark in the history of YouTube and has become a recognizable face in the media. The mid-2010s was also a time where YouTubers and music started to blend with each other. All within 2017, Rice Gum releases his hit song Every Night Sis, Filthy Frank retires from YouTube and pursues his career as a musician under the name Joji, and the K-pop group...
Did he succeed? I feel like I've heard of Joji before. I feel like I've heard that name before. Is he actually successful?
BTS starts getting international traction with their single, DNA. Each of them were special in their own counterparts of music in the Asian space. Rice Gum's songs weren't to be taken as seriously, but it was enjoyable and it had a comedic relief. Joji released music that would play on the mainstream media outside of just YouTube, and BTS and K-pop was a completely different genre to explore for the Western world. Although K-pop had more of a tougher transition to media, the fanbase had a negative reputation for being overly obsessed teenagers fangirling over feminine-looking men, and Asians weren't seen as attractive at the time.
Do you like Asian men? No. Thank you.
Damn, Steve. What we do to you?
Our features were a lot more softer than what you would typically see in a masculine figure, especially with us physically known to be smaller, shorter, with our most defining trait being this. So it took a while getting used to, but eventually, K-pop got bigger with their performances, music, and dancing. And with
I'm gonna be honest, I still think we have a long ways to go for real. Like, I feel like the stereotypes of Asians is still like, when you think of an Asian man, you think of a short dude who's smart, nerdy, but you don't think of like an Asian man as like a conventionally attractive man, at least in America. Like that's just not the case. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of that has to do with media. Like what bro was saying, historically speaking, we have been viewed as either short nerd ass motherfuckers, or martial arts, kung fu, taekwondo, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan ass dudes. Like either that, or like it's Asian women fucking owning a spa, like a massage parlor or some shit. Like it's been some nasty stereotypes. So, you know, the one of the main reasons like I'm really like glazing, I guess is the wrong word, but like I'm really fan of like Jason's successes because, and he'll probably touch on it because he's in the thumbnail. Like he has made like being specifically an Asian streamer look cool. I think he's the first of his kind to really succeed as an Asian streamer. And he's combining so many different communities into one with this community. Cause Banks mentioned it on the podcast he had with Nelk. Like Jason is grabbing people from the WL community. He also hangs out with poggers like Ludwig, Pokimane, Valkyrie and them. Recently he's tapped into like the K-pop community as well. He's just grabbing all these motherfuckers from different communities and putting it into one. But nah, bro. I can't say we're up, but we're headed in the right direction though. Asian men are Manny Pacquiao or a short round from Indiana Jones. Like, we don't appreciate Asian sense of fashion enough. Asian women in my area always got an old white husband that they met during the war. Hey, that's a fact. That's a stereotype in the Philippines, bro. The Filipino woman with the white man, bro. Yo, nasty story. When I went to the Philippines last year, bro, on the flight from California to Taipei, we sat in front of 3 white dudes that literally did not know each other, but bonded over the fact that they were gonna meet their Filipino wife in the Philippines. Like, ooh, that would... I had to put on my fucking AirPod Maxes as soon as I heard what the fuck they were talking about, bro. Because no way you three random fucks sat in this sequence of seats and is bonding over this, bro. Like, no, bro. No.
Ongoing change in beauty standards, Asians started to be seen as more attractive. Thanks K-pop for being the contributor for making Asians viewed as attractive. The ball kept rolling with the record label 88 Rising, who brought more Asian music artists to the spotlight, such as Nicki and Rich Brian. There was also a new movie released called Crazy Rich Asians, and instead of the action movies you would see back then, it was a love and romance plot. Let's check on this anime thing again. Yo, this anime is insane! Y'all can argue with me on this, but even though Dragon Ball and the Big Three were very popular, Attack on Titan was the show that made anime seem cool and not tied to cringe. We ended off the 2010s on a high note. But 2020? That's a bit of a different story.
Really?
A whole lot of bad things happened through this year, but I'm only going to focus on the Asian media of it because that's the topic of the video. Anyway, Asians were known to be eating very not normal exotic foods, and word got around that some person in China ate a bat and started the pandemic, and now it's called the China virus. Damn it, who the fuck ate my Zubat? Obviously it was COVID, but from it being originated in China, it caused a setback in the Asian community with a little more racism, and then later on there was that Stop Asian Hate movement. This was the year where most people had to stay home and quarantine, which meant a lot of people had more time to watch videos. And this, combo with the rise of short form content, caused a boom in new creators. And just seeing all the different types of people post online just increased the overall diversity of the internet. Then Asian media began to bounce back. Once public places slowly opened up again, we got our first Asian superhero Marvel movie Shang-Chi in 2021, Squid Games, then Everything Everywhere All at Once in 2022, more K-pop groups, and anime was more popular than ever. Also, it looks like we have new faces of Asian influencers who evolved out of the TikTok quarantine era.
My thing is like there has been a rise in like Asian media, Asian personalities, and all of this, but I don't think there's many that are like changing the perception of what Asian is in America. Though they're either just feeding into the stereotypes, or they're just making content that appeals to Asian people. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the perception, I think the biggest concern I have is just I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like America, as a whole, looks at Asian people just conventionally unattractive people. Like, who the fuck wants to date a short Asian dude that, you know what I'm saying, that's weak, frail, and a nerd and all of these different things.
Jason the Ween. I know I poked fun at him for being an ABB in my last video, but apart from that, he's still a funny and entertaining guy. The shift in trends have changed a lot from the last couple of years, but you can still see a little bit of the past brushing off into the new generations. I mean, you can see it, right? The height seems to be reversed, but you can still
this is great. This is insane.
see it. As of this present moment in 2024, the trending content is more of relationships and riz, and Asian media is at its high. Though there are a bit of questionable creators for the Asian community, at the end of the day, we've come a long way from where we started, and I'm happy to see our growth. Anyway, like the video if you enjoyed. I know
I'm definitely happy as well. Let me get that straight. I'm definitely happy with all the progression lately. And I feel like for Asian Americans specifically, there has been like a growing